Over the last couple years, I've noticed that the crypto market is becoming even more difficult to navigate every single day. When I first started in the crypto market 6 or 7 years ago, things were honestly much more simple and easy to understand. There was Bitcoin, there was Ethereum, a couple altcoins, and well, not much else, quite frankly. But these days, with so many different narratives and so many different ideas and communities, just jumping in and trying to understand it all is honestly quite difficult. It's truly hard to understand. And so, as a result of this, just confusion and this lack of clarity for especially new investors out there, what I decided to do here on the channel is I wanted to create a bit of a mini series where we talk about some of the things that you need to know as a beginner investor. So, we're going to talk in this series about, security tips. We're going to talk about technical analysis, fundamental analysis, trading, and much, much, much more. And so, in today's video, what we're going to do is we're actually going to focus in on the three things that you need to know as a crypto investor to not lose everything. Because quite frankly, in the last 3 months alone, if you've been in crypto, say since November, it's currently February. If you've been in crypto since November, you've encountered all three of these things. These three things that we're going to talk about in today's video have drained countless beginner investors of all of their funds. And my goal here is hopefully to share it with you exactly what's happened and how you can avoid these three main things. And so with that said, look, I don't want to waste your time. Let's get into it. And let's talk about the very first thing that you need to know if you are a new crypto investor. The very first thing that you need to know is that investing into meme coins and pre-sales is the fastest way to kill your crypto journey before it ever starts. Now, I know this is a bit of a big statement, and that's a rather broad statement, especially coming from someone like myself who does invest in the meme coins, who does invest in the pre-sales. I talk about pre-sales here on the channel. But I hope you understand that whenever I'm investing in the meme coins, I'm doing so off the back of 6-7 years worth of experience investing in the stock market and in crypto. And 6 or 7 years isn't a ton of experience, but it's enough to know how to navigate this market. But if you're someone who's new to crypto, and I'm talking about you've only been in here 3 months, 6 months, maybe even less than a year, meme coins isn't the way to go for you. Pre-sales is not the way to go for you because quite frankly, if I'm going to be honest with you here, meme coins are built against you. Meme coins are built for the people who get in them the earliest. Meme coins are built for the insiders who know. Meme coins are built for the people who have the networks to know when that thing launches before you ever even could, right? And so meme coins are built in a way, honestly, and I'm not going to say all of them, but 99% of them, in my opinion, are built in a way to make the very select few people a lot of money and everybody else be the ones who give them all that money, right? Look at what happened. The president of the United States himself launched, not himself, obviously, he didn't launch it, but it was built for him, basically, right? And look what happened. That thing ran. It gave some investors a couple days to get in. Some people FOMO'd in, and then everyone was just exit liquidity. The thing went from $73 to $16. And obviously, yes, there were many other factors that impacted this, but for the most part, all of the new retail investors who downloaded a Phantom wallet for the first time on the 19th bought the top. And now the likelihood is they will stay in the negative for a very long time, having fed all the gains to the people who were buying before this thing ever even hit the news, right? And so because of that, it's not even just, before I even move forward, it's not even just Trump's coin. Look at Melania's coin. This one was even worse. This one gave you like less than a day to do anything. And the next thing you know, it absolutely plummets, going from a peak of $13 all the way to $1. These things are dropping 99%, 95%. And this happens over and over and over again. And so if you're a new investor in this market, if you're a new investor in this crypto world, guys, avoid meme coins and pre-sales like the plague, because quite frankly, it's just not a good way to get started. And it's not a good way for you to get a good idea or feeling or, kick off your journey in this crypto market, to be honest with you. Because when you start in crypto and you immediately start investing into meme coins, and next thing you know, you lose 80% of your money, it's going to leave such a bitter taste in your mouth. It's going to destroy your confidence, and it's going to put you in a spot to where you just don't trust yourself and you don't trust your judgment. And quite frankly, you might have not really done anything wrong. You just pick the wrong niche. And so avoid meme coins and avoid pre-sales like the absolute plague if you're new to crypto, again, because they will cost you everything. Now, moving a little bit forward into the next point that we have here. The next point we have is that leverage trading, especially while we are in an HMZ, which I'll explain in a second, will very likely lead you to lose everything. Let's break this down. Now, listen, before we do go into the second point, I will let you know, if you are a beginner here in the world of crypto, head to the link down below, enter in your email, press sign up and download, and I'm going to send you a free crypto guide for beginners. This goes over a bunch of this stuff, understanding what crypto is, how you can get started, how you can store your cryptos. I give you a basic investing strategy, technical analysis, indicators, fundamental analysis, and much more. Okay. So head to the link down below, go download this and go read this, especially if this is your first couple months. Go read this and go study this, because this will give you a head start, especially before I talk about this next thing, because leverage trading gets a little bit complicated. So I need you to understand this first before you can understand what I'm about to talk about. Okay. So go download this. Again, it's completely free. I made it. It took me a couple hours. I made it for you. You can just have it. Take it. Okay. Now, moving forward, leverage trading, again, especially while we are in an HMZ, will likely lead you to lose everything. Let me break this down. First and foremost, Tyler, what is leverage trading? Okay. Leverage trading is a form of trading in which basically you're borrowing money, right? You're saying, okay, well, I have $10. I'm going to put this $10 up as margin, and I'm going to go to an exchange like BTCC, BitUnix, Bybit. It's funny. I'll talk about that in a little while here, or Binance, whatever. And I'm going to borrow more money, right? So I'm going to use my $10 to go borrow $90. And now whatever gains I generate with this total $100, I get to keep. But obviously, if the price goes down a little bit, well, I just lost all the money I borrowed and my money. And it's much easier to lose your money because, of course, the gains are amplified and the losses are amplified, right? And again, if you don't know what leverage trading is, just understand it's a risky form of trading, period. And if you start jumping into the world of crypto because you want to make gains and you want to change your life and you want to do all of these things, and you start off by leverage trading, what you're going to do is you're going to introduce a very unhealthy set of emotions into your investment palette. Let's get a little creative here, right? Investment palette. And Tyler, what do you mean by that? What does that mean? What I mean by that is if you jump in and you start leverage trading, let's say you start trading on 10x leverage, the gains that you see in the market are going to be gigantic. The losses that you see in the market are going to be gigantic. And what's going to happen is you're going to start having this very unhealthy understanding of how this market works, right? You're going to start looking at this thing like it's the most volatile, most risky thing on the absolute face of the earth, quite frankly, because you're amplifying all your gains and you're amplifying all your losses. When you win, you're going to feel like a genius because you made a lot of money. And when you lose, it's going to hit you so bad. You're going to feel like a moron because you just blew $1,000 within a minute. And this big swing in volatility of emotions is not good for you. And if you start your crypto journey with all of these emotions, all of this volatility, all that's going to happen is, again, you're going to have an unhealthy perspective of the market that's only going to lead you down a bad path. What I would recommend, is not your financial advisor, I'm not any of those things, obviously, is just a friend, is you start slow. Buy some of the most stable things you can. Buy something like Bitcoin, which is volatile, by the way, but buy something like Bitcoin and get used to those little fluctuations up and those little fluctuations down. And then that'll start to introduce you to volatility, and you'll start to get used to seeing red days and green days, and then build a little bit more over time into some smaller altcoins. And you'll get used to more and more volatility, and then start adding in maybe a little bit of micro caps here and there. You get used to more volatility, and then go down the leverage route if that's the route you're going to go down, and you'll get used to those big swings in volatility. You need to ease your way in, because if you just go full force in, it's only going to lead to a catastrophic, traumatic experience for you that's very likely going to cost you a lot of money. And quite frankly, one of the easiest things that you can do here in the crypto market is what's called get liquidated. A liquidation basically occurs whenever you just completely lose. Let's say you borrow money to bet that the market's going to go up and the market goes down. What ends up happening is if the market goes down just a little bit, that person you borrowed money from is going to take all that money back. They want all their money back and the money you put up. Boom, took it all back just like that. And this happens over and over and over again. And so with that in mind, major step number 2, if you start leverage trading, especially while we're in an HMZ, which I'm going to explain in a second, you're very likely going to lose. Now, I will make an exception. There are periods in the crypto market where leverage trading is a little bit less risky. And I would say those periods are, quite frankly, when we're not in what's called an HMZ, or a high manipulation zone. One thing you need to know as a new crypto investor is that it is manipulated. I'm just going to be one of the first ones to probably tell you. The crypto market is manipulated. I believe there are lizard people who control these markets and pull strings to make the market go up or down in order to benefit whatever they want. If they want to buy more, they'll make it go down. If they want to sell on your head, they'll make it go up. It's much more complicated than that, obviously, but just take it as face value for now, okay? I'm under the belief that this market is manipulated. And so with that in mind, there are periods in which the manipulation goes up. where these people who are controlling the markets are manipulating it at mass, at huge amounts, over and over and over again. And these things are called HMZs. We called them that here on the channel, high manipulation zones. And you can identify them oftentimes by just looking for ranges. And a range is quite simply whenever your price is going just up and down in the same little area. Okay. In periods like this, in periods like this, in periods like this, you are going to see more manipulation than ever before. And what happens in these zones are high liquidations. Remember, a liquidation is simply when you lose it all, basically. The money you put up and the money you borrowed is all gone. And what happens in these little periods is that, the market goes up and it liquidates the people who are betting it's going to go down. Then people start betting that it's going to go up and then it goes down to liquidate them. Then everyone starts betting that it's going to go down, then it goes up to liquidate them. And it just happens over and over and over again, in which people just get liquidated left and right, left and right. Everyone's losing all of their money. And so if you start leverage trading, especially in a period like this, which we've been in since November of 2024, you are very likely going to lose because you don't know how to monitor those emotions. You don't know how to play the game with these lizard people, right? With these whales who are trying to take all your crypto from you. So if you're leverage trading, kind of already a bad idea. If you're leverage trading in an HMZ or a high manipulation zone, a very, very bad idea that is most likely going to lead you to lose all of your money. Okay, all of your money. Now, there are ways in which you can safeguard from it. That is more advanced. We'll talk about that in a more advanced style video. Now, the very last thing that you need to know as a brand new crypto investor in order to protect yourself from losing everything is this. Okay, and remember the first one, simply investing in meme coins and pre-sales is going to likely lead you to lose it all. Leverage trading, especially while in HMZ, is likely going to lead you to lose it all. And the very last thing is the simplest one to understand is that if you do not go to extreme measures to protect yourself and your crypto, you will very likely lose it all. Tyler, what is that? What do I mean by that? In this world of crypto, there are people out there every single day who are plotting and planning on how to take it from you. Whether it's a lizard people at the very top who are trying to liquidate you, or whether those are scammers who live in every single corner of the world who are trying to convince you to give them the keys to your wallets, trying to convince you to let them log into your computer, and all of these things, trying to get you to send them money and they'll send you more back, which doesn't make sense, right? There are people out there trying to constantly scam you day in and day out. Now, I'm sure you've seen some of them already, right? Some of them are obvious. For example, you'll see people in my comment sections, and I try to delete them all, but they'll make it through every now and then, where they're pretending to be me and they're like, hey, message me on WhatsApp, which I never would do, right? Or maybe they send you a DM on Twitter like, hey, I'm Michael Jackson and I need $100 to come back to Earth, right? All these crazy things. But it gets much more complex than that. Those are the obvious ones. Those are the moron scammers. There are very smart scammers out there. I myself have been scammed twice, actually, in the last 6 years. I know people who have been scammed. I know some of the biggest companies in the world who have been scammed. Matter of fact, just a couple days ago, we saw two major hacks happen. First and foremost, one of the biggest exchanges in the world, Bybit, was hacked for over $1.5 billion in a very elaborate, complex hack by North Korea, allegedly. And so you have to understand, that's a huge scale. But even to a smaller scale, House of Crypto, one of the best minds in crypto, at least in my opinion, one of the best presenters in all of crypto, in my opinion, was hacked himself, lost over $130,000 and lost access to his Twitter account for a short temporary time. And so you have to understand, some of the biggest exchanges in the world and some of the most experienced investors in the world can, in the world of crypto, can be hacked. And so if they can, so can you, and so can I. And so how do you avoid this? Well, I will let you know. Over in the free guide that I did give you, there are some basic storage tips and things like that. Where we at? Some must-know safety tips, right? So there are some safety tips there. But in general, there is a couple that you need to know. Cold storage. Cold storage are things like Ledger, these different wallets that you can have that you can take completely off the internet that you don't need internet access to access, right? Boom, you need those. You need multiple types of wallet. Don't just have a Ledger, have multiple, have a Trezor, have a Ledger, have multiple different, maybe get a Nano, right? Have these different types of wallets because you never know if something crazy happens with Ledger, how that can, impact you. If you might have all your crypto on Ledger and then something happens to Ledger and somehow, some way, I don't know how, but it's probably going to happen one day, people get impacted. And if you have all your crypto on this Ledger, well, maybe that's bad for you. You need multiple types of wallets. You need multiple wallets. Don't just have one external wallet. Buy 5 of them, 6 of them, place them in different places, separated, go to extreme measures. And lastly, the biggest one, and I can speak about this from experience, never get comfortable. Never get comfortable, because the second that you get comfortable is the second that you will lose. If you go watch that video that House of Crypto actually posted, it's titled, If you're in crypto and you follow me, watch this now. And basically, what he did is he described the experience that he had where a company basically tricked him into giving them access to his computer. And the only reason that happened is because he got comfortable. And if you get comfortable, it is the first step that a hacker needs or a scammer needs in order to take your crypto from you. So you might be the best trader on earth, the best meme coin investor on earth. But if you don't protect your crypto, you might lose it all and you're the worst investor on earth because you got zero, right? And so with that in mind, these are the three major things that you need to know if you are brand new to the world of crypto. First and foremost, investing in meme coins and pre-sales is the fastest way to kill your crypto journey before it ever starts. Leverage trading, especially while we're in a high manipulation zone, will very likely lead you to lose everything. And if you do not go to extreme measures to protect your crypto, you will very likely lose it all. If you do not understand these three things, you are destined to face substantial losses, and I'd like you to be able to skip that part of your journey. Learn the lessons from other people who have gone through it and use those lessons to build gains. Don't have to go through it yourselves, guys. Trust me. You need to know these three things, okay? Now, before we do wrap up the video, I will let you know. One, as I mentioned before, you can go get that free guide down below. The second thing, if you are starting to get more and more interested, right? If you do want even more information about what I personally am doing as I'm venturing through this crypto journey, right? Maybe you're new to crypto and you want to get eyes on what some of the people who've been in the space for years are doing. Head to the link down below. You're going to find our school. It's going to be a link to a Patreon. There's a couple different options for you, but you'll be able to see the things that I'm buying, my thoughts and insights and what I'm selling and much more. And the same thing from other guys like Connor Kinney, some of our different coaches. We have community trades. We have professional teams of traders. We do classes and workshops and courses and live streams and much more. And the best part about it is that if you want your money back, you get your money back guaranteed. And it starts as little as $5 a month. So head to the link down below. Go check that out. And if you don't want to spend any money at all, at least just go get your free guide to get your crypto journey started today. And the last thing that I will ask from you is that if you have been enjoying these videos, go follow me on Twitter at TylerHillYT, in which they will be linked down below. But again, this is just the first of many of these beginner style videos that I want to create because quite frankly, there's so many things that are happening and evolving in this world of crypto. And if you're new to crypto, it's going to be almost impossible to get a good understanding and idea of all of them. So hopefully I can kind of help you navigate through that. So if you do like this idea of this series on the channel, please do let me know down in the comments below and by smashing the like button. And what I ask from you specifically is if you are new to crypto, let me know in the comment section. What are you invested into right now? Only if you've been investing into crypto for less than 6 months, what are you investing into? What does your portfolio look like? So I can get an idea of what the majority of you are doing. So then I can give my thoughts and opinions on it. So please let me know that down below. And I can't wait to see you all in the next one. See you, everybody.